He asked you. You interjected on it. Actually, you interjected in him. You actually had a go at him and said that everywhere you go in the country areas and regional areas, they are begging for amalgamation. That's what you said. That's what you said. So you contradicted him. Now, the point I want to make here is quite simple. There are actually a number of people who are, I understand, listening to this debate tonight, and I want to make it very clear what's actually occurred. No. There are. Remember, I know there's a number of members who've been watching. In fact, they've been texting me. In fact, no. In fact, a couple of them have texted me already and said some interesting things about the Minister himself in terms of your contribution. And they're actually constituents of yours, Minister. They're actually constituents of yours. But I won't read them out because they're not very complimentary to you. But I want to tell you this. The fact of the matter is this. That tonight, by moving this amendment, by amending the motion before the House, the Liberal Party is now seeking to not even put to the vote of the Parliament their policy. They're not prepared to put to the vote that this House advises the government, that it does not support its forced council amalgamation process in the Metropolitan area. If you're worried about that, that's why you put up this pathetic piece of paper, this pathetic amendment. If you are so convinced, member for Perth, that this Premier is such a wonderful man for prancing down the streets of Vincent, and the Minister is second in popularity to you, in your own electorate, then test it! Have a test! Have the guts to test it! But you won't! You won't have the guts to test it. The reason why is because you will follow, along with all of your other Liberal mates, you will follow down the little brick road.
Sit down, please, sit down. Member for Perth, I don't want to hear from you again. I'm now going to call you to order for the first time. The fact that you're referred to by a member on the other side doesn't give you licence to start shouting and trying to drown him out.
You will follow down the little brick road by following this pathetic thing. If you are so convinced that this process is not flawed, that this process is not based upon a lie, that this process is not based upon a broken promise that was made in the lead up to the election in 2013, then why haven't you got the guts to vote for the motion that is before the House that I moved here this afternoon at approximately 4:20 p.m? Why haven't you got the guts to do it? You haven't got the guts. Now, I actually suspect that the members of the National Party, understand. No, I'm not going to have a go at them. No. They actually understand that they also believe we should have a vote on this. I think we should have a vote on the motion that is before the House. I reckon they should have a motion. They should have a vote on the motion that's before the House. That's what they should do. But now we have before us an amended motion that is a gutless attempt to silence the Parliament in having its say on an issue about whether or not a process that is about to reach its conclusion in tomorrow, the coming weeks, coming days, is flawed or not, and is a forced amalgamation process. If you don't believe it is, then what are you scared of in actually taking this motion to a vote? Because to the people who might be listening, to the communities in Canning and in a number of the community organisations and action groups that may be listening to this debate, be very aware, those people who are listening in, that what the Liberal Party is attempting to do tonight is put up their amendment. If that amendment is successful, my motion lapses. My motion falls over. My motion falls over. And you'll support it, won't you? You'll support it, won't you, member for Belmont? Because you get up here and have a go about the TAB, but you can't force yourself to come over here and vote when you know it's wrong. So what are you scared of, member for Belmont? Well, what are you scared of? If you think this process is so perfect, this process has been so well thought out, and that it's been totally transparent, and that every person and every community in this place has been told the truth, and weren't lied to before the election of 2013. If you think that is true, then Vote against your pathetic motion that you put up and let us have a chance to put this one. Because this is the one that we wanted to debate today. This is the one that was moved in this House tonight. This is the one that was put up as a debating motion. And this is the one that makes it quite clear, quite simple, that we believe this House advises the government that it does not support its forced council amalgamations process in the Metropolitan area. Put it up and vote it down. Put it up and vote it down. But you're not even prepared to put it up, to have it put up to be voted down. Instead, you put this gutless piece of rubbish up and then you stand up and support the amendment. And I don't even think you understand what the amendment is. I don't think you are. I don't think you do. You don't understand the process is, because the people in Belmont who do have concerns about what you're foisting upon them, that your government's foisting upon them, won't even have the chance of having this Parliament vote on a motion that was put this afternoon. So the situation, for those people who might be listening and for those people who may be concerned about the process, now we can't even have the chance for them to have their concern through this motion put to this Parliament, because this opposition, this government, through this Premier and this Minister, are going to prevent that from happening. So tonight, when we come to a vote, we'll be voting, so everyone's very clear, on the amended motion, which basically deletes everything that we moved this afternoon. Basically deletes everything. In fact, it only keeps 3 words. It only keeps 3 words, deletes the rest, and then puts in this piffle about noting all of these things, noting reports, noting things, but there's no mention of the people having a chance through this Parliament to put up your support of your process. The fact of the matter is your process is flawed, but you're not prepared to test it. You're not prepared to test that in this Parliament. You're not actually prepared to test it. You're too gutless to do it. So, very soon, I'm going to sit down, but very soon, you might want to keep this motion going. You might want to keep it going until 7 o'clock. Talk it out. But I tell you what, we'll bring another motion on. We'll bring another one on. We'll bring another one on. We'll bring another one on. And we'll just simply put up the argument to this Parliament. And we'll continue to argue why your process is flawed and why you have disregarded concerns of people and disenfranchised people through not allowing them to have an ultimate say for many of them in terms of triggering of the date or amendment and other aspects. And we'll keep putting the argument up. And at the end of the day, you will be tested. You will actually be tested in the end. Unfortunately, for many communities, it'll be too late. It'll be too late because they would have been decimated through what you have proposed. However, I think people will have long memories, unlike the Premier, who says on various occasions that people don't really take much notice of election promises. No, people don't. It's the hullabaloo or whatever it is of the debate. Yes, you did. Absolutely you did. You said people don't take notice of election promises. Well, I tell you what, there's a few that are going to come and spook you for the rest of the time you're here if you actually stay to the 2017 election, which is obviously highly conjectured now. So let's defeat this National Party, friends. Let's defeat this. Let's defeat this. Come on, this is your chance. Let's defeat this. And then let's put this motion, the one that I moved about 20 past 4 this afternoon. And let's move that motion. And let's not follow down the gutless line of your Liberal friends, Member for Moore, who spoke very well, I might say, unless you don't follow over here, and I might say something different. Spoke very well, I might say. And I would be very interested if you actually do get an answer from the Premier when you challenged him to actually put up or shut up in terms of what might happen in regional Western Australia, because the fact of the matter is you and I know that when the Minister said, as he said only at the Welga Convention and the Welga AGM a couple of weeks ago, when he said that regional WA, amalgamations in regional WA are not being considered by him at this stage. We know that's code. We know that is code for mates. We're coming after you. We're going to fix up the metropolitan area first, and then we're going to come after you in the country. You know that. I know that. And if those dumbos on the other side who don't pick that up now, then they got rocks in their head, I tell you now.